Welcome aboard the Regal Princess. At 1,083 feet long, she's basically 3 football fields of floating vacation. And yes, she has 17 decks. That's not a typo, 17, with 3,560 passengers and 1,346 crew members. This is a small city on the water. Launched in 2014, this 141-ton beauty is what happens when Princess Cruises asks, what if we made a small city but made it elegant and gave it a really good buffet and set it loose in the Caribbean? From the SeaWalk to the Piazza, this ship has personality, polish, and purpose. So grab your sea legs and your sense of adventure. We're about to explore why the Regal Princess isn't just a cruise ship. It's a floating reminder that vacation mode is a legitimate state of being. Let's go. This is the Piazza, the beating heart of the Regal Princess, and proof that Italians understood public spaces long before anyone invented the food court. This 3-story atrium is modeled after an Italian plaza, complete with street performers, an espresso bar, and endless people watching. The natural light pours through the windows, and there's a central staircase designed for dramatic entrances. Unlike actual Italian piazzas, this one has air conditioning and Bellini's Martini Bar. It also has Vine's Wine Bar if you want to feel sophisticated. The Piazza never closes. At 2 a.m., you'll find formal night survivors hunting for pizza.
Speaking of the Piazza, this space doesn't just look good, it moves. Throughout the day and evening, the Piazza transforms into a dance floor that somehow manages to be fun even if you have 2 left feet and no sense of rhythm. We're talking about Zumba sessions in the morning, salsa lessons in the afternoon, and ballroom dancing with a live band in the evening. The energy is infectious. You'll walk through on your way to grab coffee, and 30 minutes later, you're doing the cha-cha with a retired couple from Ohio who are somehow way better at this than you. Check the Princess Patter, the ship's daily schedule, for times. The classes are included, and the instructors are genuinely great. Even if dancing isn't your thing, watching is free and always entertaining.
Welcome to the SeaWalk, where Princess Cruises answered a question nobody asked. What if we made people walk on glass over the ocean really high up? This 28-foot-long glass-bottom walkway extends beyond the ship's edge. You're standing 128 feet above the water with nothing but 3 inches of laminated glass between you and the ocean. But here's the thing. At sunset, this becomes one of the most spectacular spots on the ship. At night, genuinely magical. Worth a mild panic attack? Absolutely.
Before we go any further, let's talk about the thing on your wrist or around your neck, the Ocean Medallion. This quarter-sized device is your room key, your onboard wallet, your drink ordering remote, and your Find My Spouse tracker, all in one. Here's what it actually does. Your cabin door unlocks automatically as you approach it. No fumbling for a card. You can order food and drinks from literally anywhere on the ship, and they'll find you. There's a wayfinding app that maps the entire vessel. You can check your onboard account, book excursions, and even see where your travel companions are in real time. The companion app, the MedallionClass app, is where the magic happens. Download it before you board and set up your profile. The more you put in, the more the ship personalizes your experience. This is one of the genuine differentiators of Sailing Princess. Use it. Every cruise ship has a buffet. The Regal Princess has a buffet. Can you hear the difference? I guarantee you'll taste it. Yes, you'll find your standard spread of international dishes, carving stations, fresh salads, and more desserts than any reasonable person should encounter before noon. But the details are what sets this one apart. Breakfast alone could anchor a full travel segment. Place your order at the omelet station, sit down, and a waiter brings it to you when it's ready. Lunch is where things get fun. There's a gyro bar, a proper taco bar, fresh pizza, burgers, hot dogs, and in the middle section, an array of salads surrounding an international cheese display with fruit, bread, and figs. Figs on a cruise ship buffet. We were not prepared. The pastry shop has something for everyone. Sugar-free, gluten-free, or aggressively chocolate. Your call. Dinner adds a live dessert station. Bananas flambé, made-to-order crepes. It changes daily, and it's made right in front of you. The layout is on deck 16 and surprisingly navigable. Separate stations means you're not stuck in one slow line while someone debates between 2 identical-looking pasta dishes. Off-peak hours, 10 a.m. or after 1 p.m., and you'll have the place practically to yourself. If you're considering a Princess cruise, you need to know about the Princess package. It bundles drinks, gratuities, and specialty dining into one daily price, and it's one of the best deals in cruising. We have a full video on it here if you want to dig into the math. If you're on the fence about purchasing a package, this might tip you over the edge. Wi-Fi priority. We learned this the hard way. We skipped the package on our cruise, bought the daily Wi-Fi add-on, and spent the week dealing with speeds so slow it felt like dial-up internet. Not great. Princess package guests get prioritized bandwidth, and on a ship with thousands of people all trying to post their sunset photos at the same time, that matters. If you work remotely, need to stay in touch with family, or simply cannot sleep without streaming something before bed, this package pays for itself in sanity alone. Here's the part of the video where I show you what most passengers never find. Deck 14 has 2 spaces that don't make it onto most people's radar. The first is the Concierge Lounge, available to suite guests and elite Captain's Circle members. If that's you, you already know about it. But if you're planning a future sailing and weighing whether a suite upgrade is worth it, the lounge access should be part of the calculus. The second is the Chapel, a small, genuinely beautiful, non-denominational space available for quiet reflection, meditation, or simply a few minutes of complete stillness. On a ship of this size, finding a quiet corner with no background noise and no one trying to sell you a drink package is rarer than you'd think. Deck 14 is worth the elevator ride just to know what's up there. The Regal Princess has a full shopping corridor running through the interior of the ship, and it's more substantial than you might expect. You've got your duty-free basics: jewelry, watches, perfume, sunglasses, logo merchandise, and a well-stocked sundries shop for anything you forgot at home. There's also a liquor store where you can pick up bottles to take home. It's a solid onboard shopping experience. But the most interesting retail space on the ship has nothing to do with any of that. Tucked into the corridor of Deck 7 is the ParkWest Fine Arts Gallery, and this one earns a visit even if art isn't normally your thing. ParkWest is one of the largest art dealers in the world, and they program the full experience: browsing, lectures, and live auctions. The lectures were a genuine highlight for us, accessible, interesting, and surprisingly rich in art history. We walked out knowing things we didn't expect to learn on a cruise ship. This section is specifically for night owls, early risers, and anyone who has ever wanted a snack at 3 a.m. and been told the kitchen is closed. The International Cafe, located right in the Piazza, is the only venue on the Regal Princess that is open and serving food 24 hours a day, every day on your cruise. Every other venue has hours. This one does not. It is simply always there, always open, and always ready. During the day, you're looking at pastries, sandwiches, salads, and snacks, all of which are included in your fare. At night, it shifts to a more compact selection, but there is always something to eat. And if you need a drink, you can order a premium coffee selection from the barista or head next door for something stiffer at the Good Spirits at Sea bar.
Welcome to the Wakeview Bar, the spot at the very back of the ship where you can watch the ocean trail away behind you while just contemplating your life choices. Or drinking, either's valid. This is one of those spots people miss because it's tucked away on the aft deck, but it's genuinely one of the best places on the ship. The views are stunning, crowds are minimal, and the vibe is, I've figured out cruising. At sunset, this place is unbeatable. At night, it's romantic. During the day, it's perfect for reading, napping, or pretending to read while napping. Come here, you'll thank me later.
Up on Deck 18, there's a full multi-sport court that gets significantly more use than you might expect from a ship full of people who ostensibly came here to relax. The main draw is pickleball, and when I say there's an endless tournament happening, I mean that quite literally. People get competitive about this. I talked to a couple who packed their own personalized rackets and had on matching sweatbands. The Princess pickleball rotation is not for the faint-hearted. But don't worry. If pickleball isn't your thing, there's also shuffleboard, basketball, and a golf putting area for those who want their athletic activity to come with significantly less urgency. The views from up here are some of the best on the ship, which means even watching is worthwhile.
This is Movie Under the Stars, a massive 300 square foot LED screen on the pool deck, where you can watch movies while wrapped in complimentary blankets. The twist? It's actually magical. You're watching films under actual stars. Swirls ice cream awaits you right there on the Lido and all the free bags of salty popcorn you can eat. They show everything from new releases to classics, and yes, you're allowed to bring drinks from the bar. Watching the Princess Bride while sailing through the Caribbean with a pina colada is the kind of life choice future you will thank present you for making.
Let's talk about casual dining, because it's one of the things that separates Princess from its competition, and a lot of first-time cruisers don't fully understand what they have access to. Casual dining sits between the buffet and the specialty restaurants. Dedicated venues, table service, real menus, but with a minimal upcharge. It's a legitimate sit-down meal, not a glorified food court. If you went for a Princess package, casual dining is included. Plus members get 4 vouchers per cruise, and Premier members get unlimited visits. Otherwise, expect to pay $14.99 for a prix-fixe menu, or order a la carte. The keystone of casual dining on the Regal Princess is Alfredo's Pizzeria. Neapolitan style, thin crust, made to order, and genuinely good in a way that will surprise you. Returning Princess guests talk about this place constantly, and they're right to. This is not cruise ship pizza, this is pizza. Overlooking the Piazza on Deck 7 is Ocean Terrace, the ship's sushi and seafood bar. Fresh rolls, sashimi, and seafood dishes with a view. It's easy to walk past on your way to somewhere else. Don't. And here's the one most people miss entirely. Vine's Wine Bar offers a charcuterie board starting at 4 p.m. It's not loudly advertised, but if you're the kind of person who considers cured meat and quality cheese a legitimate precursor to dinner, and you should be, this is your spot. One catch: casual dining is walk-up only, no reservations. On a sea day at noon, Alfredo's will have a line. The sweet spot is 2 to 4 p.m. The lunch crowd has cleared out, dinner hasn't started, and you'll walk right in. Same goes for the sushi bar. Plan accordingly, and this becomes one of the best parts of the ship. Show up at peak hours, and you'll be standing in a hallway wishing you'd watched this video more carefully. If Alfredo's is the "this is good and I didn't expect it" meal, specialty dining is the "I am on vacation and we are doing this properly" meal. The Regal Princess has 2 main specialty restaurants. Sabatinni's is the Italian fine dining option, a multi-course experience with handmade pastas. And Crown Grill is the steakhouse. Premium cuts and excellent sides, the kind of place where you order the bone-in ribeye and feel absolutely no regret. If you're celebrating something, anything, these are the places to go. Both restaurants carry a cover charge of $55, though if you're on the Princess Premier package, specialty dining is included. Another compelling reason to run those numbers before you board. One more option worth knowing about: the pop-up Crab Shack. This is an occasional specialty experience featuring crab, shrimp, and casual seafood in a fun, more relaxed setting. However, the Crab Shack is not included in the Premier package, so budget accordingly.
This is the Sanctuary. It costs extra, about $20 for a half day, $40 for a full day, which on a ship you already paid thousands for seems borderline offensive. But here's the secret: it's worth it. This is an adults-only retreat with plush loungers, dedicated attendants, private cabanas, and the kind of silence that makes you remember you're a person. The forward location means 180-degree ocean views. Is it bougie? Absolutely. Will you justify the expense? You will the moment you experience the main pool deck at peak hours.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That sounds wonderful, but I'm not paying the upcharge. Fair enough, because there's something right next to the sanctuary that many cruisers don't realize is absolutely free. It's called the Retreat and is essentially the outdoor area adjacent to the sanctuary. A quieter, more sheltered section of deck with lounge chairs and ocean views without the attendants, cabanas, or cover charge. It catches much of the same forward breeze. It has much of the same peaceful energy, and it costs exactly nothing. It's not the sanctuary, but it is adults only. If you'd rather keep that $40 for something else, the Crown Grill for instance, the Retreat is your spot. The Lotus Spa occupies a substantial portion of the forward section of Deck 5, and it offers the full range of what you'd expect from a premium cruise spa: massages, facials, body treatments, hair and nail services, and a thermal suite with steam rooms, saunas, and heated loungers. Now, spa services are not inexpensive. This is a premium add-on, and the pricing reflects that. However, the thermal suite access is available separately as a day pass or multi-day pass, and that alone, heated tile loungers, steam, and silence, is genuinely restorative in a way that a half day at the sanctuary complements rather than duplicates.
This is the Princess WaterColor Fantasy, a fountain show that combines water, light, and music into something unexpectedly mesmerizing. We're talking choreographed water jets that dance everything from classical to pop hits all lit up with color-changing LEDs. Shows last 5 to 10 minutes and occur most evenings around 9:30. It's one of those things that sounds cheesy until you're standing there, drink in hand, watching water literally dance. It's 10 minutes of your life and you're on a cruise ship. You have time.
One more thing before we wrap up. Before you disembark, find the Future Cruise desk. This is not a timeshare pitch. This is genuinely worth 2 minutes of your time. For $100 per person, you can put down a Future Cruise deposit that locks in onboard credit for your next sailing, up to $150 per person depending on cruise length and cabin category. You have up to a year to actually pick your itinerary. And if you don't book within that window, Princess refunds the $100 back to your card automatically. There is quite literally no downside.
The Regal Princess isn't trying to be the biggest or the flashiest. It's not the ship with the water slides that violate physics or the rock climbing walls that violate common sense. What it is elegant, thoughtful, and genuinely fun. A ship that understands what vacation should feel like without feeling like work. From the glass walkway that tests your bravery to the Italian food that tests your willpower, this is cruising done right. So whether you're here just for the destinations, the dining, or the excuse to read 4 books in a week without judgment, welcome aboard. The Regal Princess has been waiting for you.